Hello guys, this is PushDustIn here, and I'm joined with NantenJex.
Hello.
He's the video lead for Source Gaming, and today we'll be talking about your replies to the Smash Switch will be Smash 6 video.
I have my flame shield ready.
Yes, I asked NantenJex to be here just so that we could provide more additional information as well as to give another opinion.
Yeah, I think he wants to scapegoat me, guys. I think that's the real reason.
Some of you guys were saying that I wanted Corrin his DLC. That no. This guy, you can flame this guy in the comments.
Don't believe him. Push loves Corrin.
I hate him.
Just straight up fact.
So, the video Smash Switch will be Smash 6. That is a quite controversial video. It's about like half likes and half dislikes. So we thought we would go ahead and just follow up and reply to some of the general comments, kind of the general shortcomings that I had in the video as well. So the first thing is that a lot of people have pointed out that just because it's on a different system doesn't mean it's a different game. And I did a shit job of explaining that. I'll just be honest. My point was that you're supposed to take all four of those points together, and that was one of those points.
Yeah.
It's mainly with the fourth point that the games had a different concept. That's why they are different games. It's not like when Grand Theft Auto is on Xbox 360 or PS4, they're like, this game on Xbox 360 is going to be so focused on punching cops in the nuts, whereas the PlayStation 4 version is going to be about flying helicopters into cops. Like, they didn't have different concepts. They didn't have different project plans. They had the same.
Yeah.
And they were just assets were just straight ported over. Now, there are some assets that were ported between Smash 4 3DS and Smash 4 Wii U.
I've got a good example that I think a lot of people need to think. And I guess this does come down to opinion, but I think it's worth comparing Smash 4 3DS and Smash 4 Wii U to the Legend of Zelda Oracle games on Game Boy Color, because they're both different games, right? They have completely different stories, completely different dungeons, items, bosses, so on. Like, everything that makes them basically separate Zelda games. Except they can connect. You need to be able to connect both of them to get the final ending and to get other secrets. They essentially use the same assets. It's the same Link being used across. The same villagers get reused in both versions. It's the same tile set. So they were made simultaneously and released at the same time. So, but they're not like Pokemon versions, right? Where Red and Blue is basically the exact same game.
They had different concepts.
They had different concepts. One was to be more fighting focused, and one was to be more puzzle focused. And Smash is the same thing. It has some of the same assets reused. It has some of the same concepts. It was developed simultaneously, but one was focused on the individual, and the other was focused on the group. One was the Colosseum on Wii U, and one was the private on 3DS. And if you view I know a lot of people put the Oracle games together. When they think back on Zelda, they go just Legend of Zelda: The Oracle, and rather than Season and Aegis as that. And I think the same thing can be done here. You just say Super Smash 4 FOR and refer to the 3DS and Wii U versions together. But I don't think anyone sits there and thinks, although the Oracle games are just the same game, and therefore we should never refer to them as Oracle of Seasons and Ages, or we should never refer to them as, I guess it'd be Legend of Zelda 5 and 6? No. Yes? I can't remember the order that they came out. Maybe it's after Ocarina of Time and Majora, so I guess it'd be 7 and 8. But my point is, like, technically they're technically two separate games. They just happen to be made and released at the same time. And it's the same thing here.
The reason it's not FOR is because Sakurai refers to them as Smash 4 and Smash 5.
Yeah.
It's unlike the Zelda series where they have internal names based on, I believe, cards. Whereas, like, some of them are like Zelda Joker or Zelda Queen. Smash is just numbered by its releases. At least that's how Sakurai has approached it so far, internally.
Yeah.
So before Melee was announced, he referred it to as Smash 2. There was a poll on the Japanese website if there was a Smash 2 poll that we've translated. Yeah. So because of that difference, I think it's very important to distinguish the numbers and the FOR.
And it's hard. I mean, I think this is a point that you didn't bring up, but I kind of wanted to bring up from the video. that I think people this might annoy people even more. But like we saw with Bandai Namco that they were hiring for a Smash 6.
Yeah.
And that got debated around, and this happened around the time DLC began. And so there's a debate about whether or not DLC itself counts as Smash 6 as a separate development thing with a separate development team. Which we won't know for sure unless Sakurai says it was, in which case the Smash for Switch would be Smash 7.
No, we do know because...
do we know?
Yeah, because he said that the next Smash would be Smash 6, and that was at a time when DLC was announced, I believe.
Oh, really? Did he explicitly state that? Okay.
Yeah, in one of the columns.
Oh, okay, then I guess ignore me then. I'm misinformed. I thought that was still an ongoing debate. But, alright, fair enough. Okay, it's not that angry that then we have Smash 7 and everyone just gets really pissed because we've skipped like 2 games.
They're following the Windows version of numbering.
Yeah. But, okay, so I think the next comment that we saw quite a lot was, why does it matter?
Yeah.
Like,
and it matters. It matters.
Like, are we just being pedantic in saying this? And does it really matter if the next game is Smash 5 or Smash 6? And it's the way I described it in a comment that I actually left on the video. That yes, it is a bit. If someone refers to it as Smash 5 or Smash 6, I think people would still understand in the same way that when people say Smash 4, they think of either of them. But it's still technically wrong. And it's still technically worth bringing to everyone's attention in a similar way that NCL versus Nintendo of Japan was. So this was a debate that happened a few years ago. A lot of people think that Nintendo's headquarters in Japan is called NOJ, or Nintendo of Japan, because the European one is NOE and the Nintendo of America one is NOA. But this actually isn't true. The Japan one is called NCL, which is short for Nintendo Co. Ltd, because they're the original Nintendo. They were going to call themselves Nintendo of Japan when they were the first company. So the correct way to refer to Nintendo is as NCL. And if you went to someone and were like, oh yeah, this is made by Nintendo of Japan, they're going to understand what you mean, obviously. They're going to understand it. But it's technically not correct. And I think it needs to be brought up because although it's not a big issue, it's still, if you're going to have a choice of being right or wrong, you should be right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, I remember when I did the definitive unused fighter list in Smash, a lot of people were like, well, this doesn't really matter. Or, this is what we believe in, and this is the information that we have, and it's hard to tell people that they're wrong. And people had a very hard time accepting that information when I presented it to them. And it's just something that I know that a lot of people are used to calling it Smash 4, but like I said, because Sakurai refers to them as Smash 4 and Smash 5 internally, that we need to treat them as different games when talking about them development-wise.
Yeah, things change and new information comes out. You have to adapt and be willing to change your thoughts and stance on something if new information pushes it that way. I mean, there was one argument, I guess, that we saw that it's Smash for 3DS and Smash for Wii U is comparable to something like Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter Turbo or Tekken, the variations. And again, as kind of pointed out, that's not quite true. And this is the same way that you would do with a port, right? So I don't think you'd consider Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Mario Kart 9. And the reason for that is because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is Mario Kart, the entirety of Mario Kart 8, with more stuff added on. It's like an enhanced port. Whereas Smash for Wii U and Smash for 3DS aren't ports of each other, they just share assets.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd have on Smash for Wii U all the content that's in Smash 3DS. And then more.
And the modes that they do share are different sometimes. Classic mode on the 3DS and classic mode on the Wii U is very different. I mean, a lot of people prefer the classic mode on the 3DS. So that's another thing to take in consideration. Yeah. They're not, because they're not identical games, with one just having more, or one just having less content.
I don't think it's fair to compare them to the likes of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or Street Fighter 2 Turbo, because that implies that one is better or one has more stuff than the other one does inherently, and that it's not worth going back. Like, I don't think there's... If you have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I'm not going to say, oh, well, you should go back and buy Mario Kart 8 now, because there's no point, unless you really want to play it on Wii U for some reason. And it's the same for Street Fighter 2. And so if you had a choice between Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2, I'd go for Super Street Fighter 2 because it has more characters and it's still got everything from the original. But it would be a choice between Smash for Wii U and Smash 3DS. I think there's merit in both of them. They both have different leagues competitively. They both have different modes. Like I said, they're both kind of balanced. Are they balanced the same or slightly different?
They're balanced essentially
the same, yeah. Okay.
But I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is more like DLC for Mario Kart 8, whereas Smash 4 Wii U and Smash 3DS are not DLC of each other because of that different concept, that divergent conceptual phase.
Yeah.
Another question, or another comment that I saw quite often was that Sakurai is just wrong. And I think this is kind of a funny thing to say because, I mean, you can disagree with Sakurai all you want, but he's the one that made these games.
Yeah. I think it's like, if you just feel like, oh, Sakurai's wrong, well then who's correct? Are you trying to say that you're correct? Why are you correct over Sakurai being correct? Is it because... I mean, the only answer to that is it's because that's what you feel is correct. And that doesn't necessarily make it right.
You're thinking with emotion and not with facts.
Yeah.
I guess we kind of already talked about this, but why does anyone care? And I know it's a minor, very minor grip, and I even say that in the video that, you know, maybe it's just nerd rage, but I thought that it was still important enough to talk about because I think it's a pretty interesting subject, and I think it is a misconception that the community holds.
Agreed. Like, it doesn't harm anyone to start just referring to it as FOR and it doesn't hurt anyone to refer to Smash Wii U as Smash 5.
Yeah.
Like, it really is a lot of people say it's like, oh, this isn't a factor, but then if it's not a factor, why is everyone getting so worked up about it?
Yeah.
If it's really not an issue, then surely it doesn't matter if you call it Smash 5 from now on. Like, why? So I guess this is a harder one to call about with, but I've seen some comments saying that, like, you wouldn't call just trying to think of a good example to use, not just to take the one from the comments, but you wouldn't call, I guess, like, let's say Super Mario Land, right? You have Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3. You wouldn't call Super Mario Land Super Mario Bros. 4. You'd call that Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros. 4. And the argument being there is that one is a spin-off series, basically. One is, well, it's still a platforming game, but it's a spin-off because it's on the Game Boy. And so you wouldn't call, like, if Smash had a spin-off. See, I kind of understand what they're trying to say, but at the same time, I don't think it's applicable because Smash for Wii U isn't a spin-off of Smash for 3DS.
And or vice versa.
Yeah, or vice versa. Like, they're sequels. They're sequels with shared content. I mean, if you want a good example of sequels with shared content that do that, you could argue that the Fire Emblem games and the Game Boy Advance times could connect. Game Boy Advance, both Fire Emblem games could connect to the GameCube via the Game Boy Advance adapter and unlock stuff in the GameCube mode. And so, that's kind of the same thing that's going on here, but you wouldn't say that those three games are all the same just because they connect. Like, those games are clearly sequels, so Smash for 3DS and Smash for Wii U are as well, and it doesn't really matter if one's on a handheld or one's on a console. And for Smash, this is mainly because Smash isn't a series that gets enough games for it to be... for you to be able to justify that Smash for 3DS in this example is a spin-off. And so shouldn't be considered as Smash 4, but its own thing.
I mean, that kind of relates into one other comment that I've seen a lot is, who cares about the 3DS version? And my quick rebuttal to that is, the 3DS version sold a lot more than the Wii U version. So, the future of Smash actually cares a lot for the 3DS version.
And actually, now just looking at a few more comments, actually, Yeah, I think the big complaint people had is that Smash for 3DS shouldn't be counted as Smash 4 at all.
Yeah.
Because it's on the handheld and not the console.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when people say Smash 4 as in the number, they mean the Wii U version.
Yeah. Like someone specifically said, oh, you wouldn't call Mario Party 10 Mario Party 13 because you wouldn't call the DS, Game Boy, and the 2DS, the DS, 3DS, and Game Boy Advance ones, Mario Party, whatever number they are in between. But I think, in those cases, there are a lot of Mario Party games out that the ones on the handheld are spin-offs. But this isn't the case, especially when, now, correct me if I am wrong, but Smash for 3DS was the one that was conceptualized first?
No, they were conceptualized at the same time.
I thought Sakurai wanted to make one for 3DS, and then Iwata was also like, you should do it for Wii U.
No, what happened was that while making Kid Icarus Uprising, at least this is how Iwata told the story when he announced it, was that, how about you make a new game for our new system, the Wii U? And he's like, well, how about I do both?
Oh, okay.
Do the Wii U and the 3DS.
I mean, that sounds like Sakurai wants to do it for 3DS because he's working on the system, and then agrees to do it on Wii U as well. I mean, that's how, I guess that's interpretation.
It doesn't matter either way. I mean, like the way, like the 3DS version came out first, and then the Wii U version came out shortly after.
Yeah.
And again, like the FOR and FOUR is just an unintentional pun.
Yeah, on the American version. Or the Western version, I should say. Okay, well, I think those are all the main comments, I think, to talk about, to discuss.
If you have more hateful comments, leave them below.
Please be gentle. I mean, unless Sakurai in the future changes his mind and says this is the 5th Smash Brothers game, I don't think that...
I don't think it's going to happen because
it's not going to happen, no.
In Japanese, like, Sakurai is constantly referred to both of them as Smash FOR.
Yeah, and to be honest, when you look back, no one sits there and says, oh, Super Smash Bros. 2, that's my favourite. Everyone says Melee.
Yeah.
And I think going forward with Smash for Switch, it's not going to... People aren't just going to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, this is Smash 5 or this is Smash 6. They're going to say this is Super Smash Brothers, I don't know, Rumble or something, whatever name it has, unless it's literally called Super Smash Brothers for Switch.
Yeah, which hopefully it actually has a good subtitle.
Yeah, hopefully it actually has a name, because that's just going to get confusing then. Because if it's not a port, but it's called Super Smash Brothers for Switch, then it's going to start being, if you do use the term Smash FOR, it's going to get far more confusing. You'd have to call it Smash Switch, I guess.
Or if it is a port, then we can be like, it's just Smash 4. And the next game will be Smash 7.
Yes. But, like, if Smash for Switch has a different subtitle, no one's going to refer to it as Smash 5 or Smash 6. They're going to refer to it as Smash with whatever subtitle it is. And then this will be just a point that people just have their own personal preference about whether they be right or wrong.
Yeah. Well, let us know if you think that we're right or wrong in the comments below. This is PushDustIn, and joining me is NantenJex. You can go ahead and follow us by checking out the social media links in the description below. As always, if you like this type of content, let us know. And if you really like this type of content, then you can check out our Patreon. Special previews for our Patreon, such as upcoming translations, videos, and articles. So please go ahead and check that out. Always remember to return to the source.